One of the best Grateful Dead shows I ever attended and heard was in July of 1976. I had just graduated from high school, was a member of their fan club, and was offered in a lottery, I think it was 3 tickets, or 3 or 4 tickets. And rather than bring anybody, I think I decided to go different nights. I remember seeing the Dead in 75 before that with my girlfriend, and it was they had taken some time off, but they came to Winterland to do a benefit, so everybody was really ready for them to play again. And in May, Jerry Garcia Band played the Orpheum, as in this poster here. I understand from the manager's book he wrote that they were trying to check out the acoustics and had left their equipment there for practicing. And I believe they went, the first of the tour was in Oregon in June, and then they went to Boston and then came back to the Orpheum. And the Orpheum Theater was a really nice old San Francisco movie theater on Market Street. Market Street's a really long street all the way from the Bay, the Ferry Building, and it goes kind of all the way up, through the middle of San Francisco, so to speak. It's not the greatest neighborhood, but I'm sure way back when, as in this picture, it'd been around for a long time. All that Market Street were theaters. I remember my father taking me to some old cool war movies when I was a kid there, and the Orpheum Theater was really beautiful inside. It had a lot of Art Deco ornaments, sort of like the Paramount Theater in Oakland, where I saw Bruce Springsteen. That was another great show. But the Orpheum was a small theater. I believe it was probably 2,000 seats. I don't remember. I don't recall the exact number, but it was very, very intimate place to see the Grateful Dead. And I was extremely lucky to be able to go, now looking back, 3 nights. Out of all the shows that I went to, Winterland and Fillmore and Warfield and arenas and Golden Gate Park and all the places that I saw the Grateful Dead, I really believe this was my greatest show. I had went, I think the 13th, the 16th, and the 17th, and I sat on the left side of the stage about the 5th row, so I was very close up front. And not many people danced in the aisles or anything. I believe there was a balcony above that too, but I didn't go up there. I had a great seat, and the sound quality was amazing. When I was in high school, this album came out, and of course all the songs from this album were so great, and it just got us so going. We wanted to play it. We wanted to go see them so bad because they had taken that year off and they had this album. And so the Orpheum was our chance in San Francisco, the first chance that we could really see them. I have this album, this CD in my car, but the sound quality is, I don't know, kind of so-so. Most of the sound qualities from the show are not that great. They had broadcast Saturday night on KSAN radio, at which that show was floating around. That's 7/18/76, which is good. But this show, 7/16/76, I believe was the best one. And a friend of mine, Jay Ashley, invented this system called Bertha. And he uses a digital workstation, and he cleans up the recordings, and he doesn't add any effects or echo or anything, but just makes the bass come out and cleans it up, cleans the audio shows up. And some of them are audience, some of them are mixing board, and they're just amazing. When I heard it, I said, I have to put this up. So that's why I'm talking like, rambling on here, because I wanted to explain it, but I will put some up that don't have me talking, so you can really hear it. Although YouTube's not the best quality, but you should definitely try to get this show in your collection. One of the things I remember about that show was his guitar, as the last couple of pictures show, the white guitar. That was a Travis Beam 1000, and that was a metal guitar, all metal, and it had a FX loop switch where the effects went through the guitar, so he could sort of control the phase and other effects he had from the guitar. It was an amazing sounding guitar. Here it is here. I don't believe the body was metal, but the neck was metal, and a lot of cool switches, a lot of cool electronics, whatever the absolute particulars were, and you could find the details on the internet. I'm telling you, that was an amazing sound to hear that in person. I have never heard that sound since then, before or since then. And I saw, of course, the Grateful Dead a lot when I was a kid, and it sounded great with the Strat and all that kind of stuff, but this was just incredible. Here's like the nights they played, as you can see, starting at Monday the 12th and running to Saturday the 18th. And I don't remember the 17th. I went to that show, and it was perhaps a little bit boring by the time that I had already peaked out on the 16th. The set list from the 16th was great. Scarlet Begonias, of course, being one of my favorite songs. I had heard the very first Scarlet Begonias at the Cow Palace in March 23rd, 1974, but I do not remember that show. I don't smoke marijuana, so I hadn't at that time for a long time, and kind of allergic to it. So my memory is pretty good about those shows. I wasn't inebriated or high in any way. Too bad, I guess, now looking back, but it wasn't much fun. But I just was kind of allergic to marijuana. It affected me funny, so I didn't smoke at all during that period. So I really recall all the shows. I think the marijuana does affect your memory, because I've talked to other people, they don't remember. And of course, old age has seeped in, and I can't remember a lot of things, a lot of details, but I remember this Orpheum show very clearly. I remember I couldn't believe the tone that was coming out of that guitar, and I couldn't believe the tone that was coming out of the bass, and it was incredible. It inspired me to want to have my own recording studio, which I did, and go on and spend the rest of my life in music, which I did. If you have any questions or just want to chat or make a comment, please feel free to do so. I'll leave my email address on the bottom there. And just enjoy the times when we had freedom and we're in high school, we could do these kind of things. It's great to look back, and it's great to have the access to all those shows that we went to on the YouTube and the internet. It's so cool. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.